What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to the Diablo 4 Research Institution. So, I've been playing Diablo games for some time, alright? When I was a little duck-billed platypus, I remember looking over my dog's shoulder over at his mom's house. He was playing Diablo 1 on one of those square monitors. Those called CRT monitors or something like that? Is that what the computer ones are called? I can't quite remember. But nonetheless, I was watching this game. The year was like 1998. I was just a little duck-billed platypus. And I was like, wow, what an amazing game. In those days, I was playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, right? So I was already experiencing the sort of run around a big world and collect little items for your character and put them on in the inventory. But of course that game was just so limited when it came to the itemization. There was like set items per slot, really. There was a few things that you could switch out, but for the most part you found stuff to go in a slot and then the game was over. You could get like the big Gorgon sword, the Master Sword, the Sledgehammer, and a couple others, but that was pretty much it for the weapons. In terms of melee weapons. But Diablo had items everywhere, all over the freaking place. My dog was playing this game, and he opened up his inventory, and there was just items galore. And he was killing witches and stuff. He was in hell. And I would see swords drop, axes drop, of various kinds. You could identify them, get a unique or magic. Back in those days, there weren't rares or sets. And I was enthralled. Alright. So, of course, I get the game, I go to a game store, buy the game in its box, an artwork, a little disc, I pop it in the computer, and I was hooked. Then about a year later, I played Diablo 2, as soon as it was released. What a spiritual journey that was. These guys are getting kind of annoying. Let's stop watching them fight. I don't really want to watch those guys fight. Now, let's go over here. Nothing else about this video is annoying. Just that. So basically, I went to the game store. I grabbed the box for Diablo 2. Popped that shit in. And I was immersed. Alright? These were the days before the internet was just so opened up and vast. I mean, there was still internet. You could still search up just about anything you wanted to. But it wasn't nearly as optimized as what it is today. Where you just go on YouTube, you type in your build, and there's like an endless amount of guides on how to perfect that build. You know what I mean? And I remember in those days, I would play games on my Sega Genesis, like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Jurassic Park Rampage Edition, an absolute toad game. And a couple others. The Lost World Jurassic Park. I like dinosaurs. But I remember busting my ass getting through those games. And just the sense of accomplishment when you made it way up high. Or when you beat the game, for example, without any help, without anyone holding your hand. Alright. And I remember with Zelda, there was this website, it was called Hyrule Times or something. The website was amazing. I wish it was still there. It basically was kind of like a pioneer website in terms of niche games and their exploration and just depth about them. And I remember that website, just how artistic it was in its creation. Just all the color, all the little links and stuff like that. It was like a database and a HUD, right? Is that how you say? But you could go down and search for all the secrets and Easter eggs in the game. So I started getting down to the nitty-gritty. And this was after I was already well fleshed out in the game. So there was barely anything left for me to do when I started really exploring this website. But then I started getting down to the nitty-gritty of the last few things I could potentially find or do that were Easter eggs. And I was like, why the hell am I doing this? I already know what the outcome's going to be like because I seen the images on the website. This little quat hole you can find in the Hyrule Forest or the Hyrule land or whatever that thing is. What's that place called? The big wide open space. Little rocks you could blow up, and all of a sudden there's a hidden hole, and there's like a little fairy in there you could catch. You know, things like that. Just simple things. And that made me put down the controller. I was like, there's barely anything left to do. And what is left to do or find, I'm just looking the damn stuff up and replicating what I see. What is there to be gained from this? What really is there left to find? Nothing. You're letting someone else find it for you, all right? And we live in an interesting day, especially when it comes to action RPG games like Diablo 4. We have games like Last Epoch. Is that how you say it, or is it Last Epoch? Or Last Epic? Let me know in the comments below. How do you say that? I don't really know how to say it. I call it Last Epoch, alright? A lot of you guys are saying, Iceman, play Last Epoch. Iceman, you dumb blasted toad. What are you still doing playing Diablo 4? Iceman, Last Epoch is the way, the truth, and the life. When it comes to these games, Iceman, Last Epoch is the next Diablo 2. The true form of Diablo 2. But I mean, then I watched some videos on this game, and it's like the characters look kind of funny when they run and all that. It's like, how much money was put into this game upon its initial creation? You know what I mean? I'm kind of waiting for Last Epoch 2. Like how I'm waiting for Path of Exile 2. Because you guys say the same thing about Path of Exile. You're like, Iceman, play Path of Exile. You blasted goose. What are you doing playing Diablo 4 still? You toad. You fat toad. Try to play Path of Exile. And I have played Path of Exile. I believe I made it to Act 4 during the Delve League. Maybe I made it to Act 5. I had a level 37 or something archer. You know that chick with a buzz cut? Yeah. I played that character. It was a pretty good time. But it was a bit convoluted, is that how you say that? Where there's just shit everywhere and there was just too much to take in all at once. I don't know. It was a bit much. And the characters look kind of funny when they run. But they fixed that in PoE 2. So I intend to play PoE 2. Check out my other channel, The Iceman. I have 13,000 subs there. I think maybe 14,000. I don't remember. But it's my bigger channel in terms of gaming. I actually have a storytelling channel as well. And a meditations channel, philosophy channel, but it's not about that. Iceman Meditations. Check it out if you want. Some of you guys might not like that channel though, but I mean, yeah, I'm looking to explore other topics on that channel, but yeah, nonetheless, there's these other competitors, which I think is a good thing. It's going to stimulate the incentive to make Diablo 4 better when there are competitors. You know what I mean? Like with Diablo 3, a lot of its life, there weren't any big competitors. Path of Exile came out somewhere in that time frame. But it was a long time emerging, that game. It was a slow growth. Because it's quite niche. Or niche. How do you say it? Let me know in the comments below. God damn. I guess it's a pronunciation video as well. I say niche. Alright, let's just call it niche. Fuck it. But, and I know it's probably pronounced either way, but I don't care. So, there's these other games that are now here. Some of them. Last Epoch. I think I might want to try that. But that's a great thing. It's going to stimulate incentive for... It's going to create some competition, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. You remember what I was saying about that Zelda game and following the website down to a T on the Easter eggs, the secrets, and how that just ruined it? Or Sonic the Hedgehog 2, where you turn into Super Sonic, you can't really fall anywhere, can you? You're just flying around the damn screen, you're invincible. I put down the controller after like 2 minutes, now it's done. And it took me hours and hours and hours and hours to get there. GoldenEye, a perfect example. And that one didn't allow you to just type in cheats. You had to actually have the Game Shark, which I never used, those fucking pussies. I busted my ass. Blood, sweat, and tears. Gaining every cheat code in that game from my own labor. Alright? You remember the invincibility one? Not the invisibility one. That one was easy. Of course, it was kind of hard, actually, but it was easy for me. It was one of the hardest. But invincibility was the hardest one to get in that game. You had to beat the facility, 00 agent, in like 2 minutes, 11 seconds, or something like that. It was just ridiculous. You had to sidestep the whole thing because the joystick wasn't efficient enough to move at full speed because those things would get loose. So you had to use the yellow buttons to sidestep through the whole level. You had to just do it perfectly. Get a couple kills in, go through the doors, grab the keys, and all this other shit. All right. Kill 006 or blast or throw the little proximity mines on the big things, blow the place up without dying on 00 agent. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I busted my ass achieving that. And what an accomplishment that was. But once I gained it all, it was over. The game was over. The game was done. But now we're talking about Diablo 4. All right, let's circle back. Think about it. This game isn't like GoldenEye. It's not like Sonic, where there's skill. All right, we can fall in little crevices and shit and die all the time. Or where it's very, very vastly based on precision and timing. No. There's only 5 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons, I guess, if you include the 2 mice clicks. Most of which are on cooldowns. We're just button mashing here, all right? But it's not even button mashing. Button mashing requires like speed and stuff. This doesn't even require speed because they're all on cooldowns. All right, come on. This is bullshit. So we're talking about a game that doesn't require any skill. There's a dodge, but it's on cooldown. So there's no challenge here. There's no skill here. So what's interesting is, and what is to the player's detriment, the fun part is achieving and experimenting and discovering, all right? That's the challenge, is the discovery. It's not the skill because there is no skill. So why the hell are people going online watching the videos of the guides that exploits the discovery? You know, these guides are just, they're showing you what to do. They're showing you the skills to invest in. The exact items to have in every freaking slot. The exact temperaments you need on each item. And the exact stat, let's say, to re-roll. Affix to re-roll. You know? The guides are, I mean, they show you, they're telling you everything. And these guys are playing the game 24/7. So they're getting down to the nitty gritty of these guys. And the ones that aren't have computer programs running it for them. Just running all the numbers, running all the math. So it breaks it all down. And then what a lot of the players are doing, probably the vast majority, is they're going online to these websites. They're going on those Icy Veins, the, what's the other one called? Wowhead, Maxroll. They're going on these sites. They're looking at these optimized top-tier builds, and then they're just typing it in. Boom, 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 boom. Let's just copy it. Boom, boom, boom. And the discovery's dead. So where's the game? The game's gone. The game is dead. Once you achieve that. Once there's no more discovery. It's not like you can play it and get better. It's not like a first-person shooter or like a platformer where you can play it and get better. No, there's no getting better here. It's just clicking around and mashing the buttons. You know what I mean? So what's left? Well, a lot of people make videos and bitch about it. And is this one of those videos? Let me know in the comments below. But there's something more to be had here is the difference, all right? I'm telling you guys, when Season 5 starts, I am going to start my own spiritual journey. And I recommend anyone who wants to join me if you're looking for fulfillment, all right? If you're looking to be filled. Let's run this shit. No guides. No icy veins. None of that bullshit. Alright? Yeah. We's gonna do it all by ourselves. Alright? We's gonna achieve this all by ourselves. We's gonna find those uber uniques. We's gonna see them purple borders around them and shit. And hopefully they're not gonna be falling too much, because god damn, that is another problem. In a game that requires no skill, the discovery is the building of your character and the discovery in that. That's where the game is. It's also in the items. You know what I mean? You have to, in a treasure hunting game, this is a discovery / treasure hunting game. You have to be able to find more shit is the problem. So if they give you all the shit and the search is over, the game's over. So, you know what I mean? They need to have tiers and tiers and tiers and tiers and tiers of rarity in terms of items and uniques and legendaries, so that you could always potentially find an upgrade. That's not just upgrading your numbers a little bit, but that's actually changing shit, like what it is in Diablo 2, where you can find an enigma, the runes for the enigma, pop them in there, Ja, Ith, Bur, and then you can teleport all over the frickin' place. Or you can find Bur, Ist, Bur, Mal. Make yourself an infinity for your mercenary. Get the conviction aura on them. Not everybody has it, you know what I mean? That's the problem. These little babies are playing these games to see, and everybody with all the big boys with all the big boy gear, and they're like, well, I want the big boy gear too, or I'm just going to quit. So Blizzard's response is, okay, we're just going to give you all the big boy gear. So the big boys, the only difference from the big boys and the little boys is the big boys' numbers are just a little higher over their heads. You know, it's not actually that they have these items that you can't find because you just didn't invest enough time into it or something, or you just didn't simply get lucky. Which is what should reward you in a game like this. Time and luck. Alright? You guys want Iceboy to be one of the head executives at Blizzard? Can you give me a hell yeah in the comments below if you're with me on that? I mean, are there just a bunch of fat bitches who are addicted to Candy Crush who are making this game right now? Is that the problem here? Because that's what it kind of seems like. So give me a hell yeah in the comments below if you want to see Professor Ice Deck be the head executive of the Diablo 4 team for Blizzard. I don't want to do it. Alright? I'm a player. I'm not a developer. But I'll be a developer if I fucking have to do it. So let me know in the comments below. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Comment below your thoughts on the matters. Like this video if you will. Subscribe to the page. Hit the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And blessings to my patrons. Links in the description below. May you have many wives, those who support the Ice Boy on Patreon. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace be with you.